Hello everyone, welcome to Bought and Played for January 2026. Today we have 9 games on our list, so let's get straight on to it. Starting with Alan Wake 2 Night Springs. Night Springs is the first DLC for Alan Wake 2 and was released in 2024. Good things about it is that Night Springs has a fast pace compared to the base game, and if you've played Alan Wake 2, it's most similar to Saga's gameplay rather than Alan's base game, so it's more figuring things out detective-y, not more, whereas I personally think Alan's is more combat. That might just be my opinion though. And I also like the fact it's made up of 3 short missions, I'd say probably up to 45 minutes each, which are really well made, even though they all feel like a joke. Like there's one where if you drink coffee, you like, I'm not even going to spoil it, it's quite funny though. Bad thing about it though is there's just less horror compared to the base game and the second DLC, which, don't get me wrong, is not bad, because it's still good, but I would have liked one DLC that was similar to the base game to just expanded on it. But the Lake House, which is the second DLC, does that really well. The only other bad thing is that it reuses a bunch of assets from the base game, where again the Lake House doesn't. The Lake House, I don't even remember seeing like any assets reused, maybe a few small ones, but not just the copy and pasted areas where you just do different things. But overall, I would give Alan Wake Night Springs a star rating of 4. Alan Wake 2 The Lake House. The Lake House is the second and final DLC for Alan Wake 2 and was also released in 2024. Good things about it is that the Lake House has a great atmosphere. It's based in an abandoned FBC, which is Federal Bureau of Control research base, which I know you hear it before, oh, abandoned thing goes wrong, blah blah blah, but it is done really well here. Such as the new painted enemies, which are terrifying, and they just come out of the walls which are painted. Like, I don't know, can't remember what caused it. I think there was like an artist or something, and he like painted things, and then like paintings sort of came alive in like blob monsters, humanoid blob monsters, which is pretty good. Like, they're pretty scary and they can only be defeated with a weapon you get late on, so you literally cannot do anything against them, which is, I'd like, it's like an enemy you have to always keep your eye on rather than just killing. So the only bad things about it is there are barely any hills in the DLC, at least on normal, that's what I play on. But especially since it takes between 2 and 3 hours to beat, and you only get like most of the hills right at the very beginning, like you barely get any throughout the game, just the ones at the beginning. So overall, I would give Alan Wake 2 The Lake House a star rating of 4. Crypt of the Necrodancer. Crypt of the Necrodancer is a 2D rhythm roguelike which was released in 2025. The good things about this game is that it's very easy to learn but very hard to master, which I quite like. It's also very easy to replay to start new runs, as the game is quite fast paced. Like, it's really quick going, but it's really hard. Only thing I don't like about it is that the game expects you to learn through tutorials in the lobby rather than through gameplay, like basic gameplay. So instead of giving you like a tutorial at the beginning, it just expects you to do it just on your own time rather than through gameplay. So you don't learn through well, you can learn through gameplay, but then it also wants you to learn through the lobby. And another thing I don't like is the controls that can be very iffy, especially if you're trying to do multiple things at once. Like if you try to use an item, because the keybinds are basically WASD, literally all it is. So if you use like an item, you need to press like A and D at the same time, and it just doesn't really work, because it might cause you to move or something. It's just might be something I don't like, but yeah. But overall, I'd give Crypt of the Necrodancer a star rating of 3.5. Dead by Daylight Ash vs Evil Dead. Dead by Daylight Ash vs Evil Dead is a DLC for Dead by Daylight that was released in 2019. The good things about it is that it adds the first voice lines for any character in the game, which is only in the lobby sadly, but is voiced by the original actor of Ash, Bruce Campbell, which is pretty nice. Not just like, because I'm pretty sure Steve and that from the Stranger Things ones use different voice actors, which aren't bad, but it's better when it's original. Another good thing is that the flip-flop perk he gets is really good, as recovering is halved but continues in wiggling. So like if you're on the ground for long and a killer ignores you and you start to like recover, if you get picked up it gets halved and then continues from wiggling, which the rest of his perks can also increase, which are pretty decent. The bad things about it is that he's a pretty loud survivor, which is expected, but it's just kind of annoying. It'd be funny if he just went around saying groovy, but I don't even think that's actually a line in it. Well, I don't remember it. And the other perks are just very situational, not used too much, but they're fine, like not bad, but I just thought I'd bring it up. Overall, I'd give the Dead by Daylight Ash vs Evil Dead DLC a star rating of 4. Dead by Daylight Ghostface. Dead by Daylight Ghostface is a DLC for Dead by Daylight that was also released in 2019. The good about it is his stealth. Well, Ghostface's stealth is a huge improvement over the pig from Saw, which was like the only sort of real stealth killer. I mean, there's also the Wraith, but like when you think of stealth, like the one who like watches from a distance, that sort of thing, as it allows you to stalk survivors and eventually leads you to be able to one-hit them, which is also similar to what they did with Michael Myers from Halloween afterwards as well. Ghostface's perks are also pretty good, as they either help you locate survivors or make you stealthier, so it just really helps him out. Bad things about this DLC though is that the ability can be a bit weird sometimes, as you can be staring at someone and it doesn't work, like stalking them, or they stare at you from a mile away and it works somehow, because if you're stalking them, if they look at you they will reveal you, but if you look at them you'll reveal them, sort of thing. Overall, I'll give this DLC a star rating of 4. Dead Island Retro Revenge. Dead Island Retro Revenge is a short pixel side-scroller beat-em-up game released in 2016. What a mouthful for a short description. The good things about it, you can get insta-kills by perfectly hitting enemies rather than just spamming them. So instead of just mashing your keyboard, you just time it well. I mean, sometimes it doesn't insta-kill, but most of the time it does, unless it's ones that can move lanes after being hit. But if it's like the basic non-special enemies, you will not hit them. If not, you'll just do loads of damage. Another good thing is that some of the enemies are pretty annoying to learn, but you can just side attack most of them to kill them. Like, they might be hard to learn what to do. Like, there's one that has like a massive fire come out of the ground, one that like runs in behind you, but you can just slide attack if they're in front of you. If they're behind you, just back attack. That's basically all you need to do. Unless it's the ninja guy who jumps over you, then you use up. But using the right attack isn't really that useful. The bad things about Dead Island Retro Revenge is that it ends on a cliffhanger and is meant to be continued in Dead Island 2. But Dead Island 2 was in development hell and went through so many reboots, and the story was never continued as it was obviously originally planned. And another bad thing is there are some really annoying difficulty spikes for no reason. Some of the easiest levels are followed by the hardest, which makes no sense. Like, the difficulty spike should be like gradual, I think. I mean, it could peak a bit earlier, but the difficulty spike in this game is just not good. But overall, I'll give Dead Island Retro Revenge a star rating of 3. Dead Island 2. Dead Island 2 is a first-person zombie game released in 2023. The good about it is that the enemy damage models are very good. For example, like hitting a zombie in the head can cause their jaw to break off and eyes to burst. Like, you can hit their arms, break them off as well, legs, causing them to crawl. Like, the enemy damage models are pretty good. Another good thing is the map design is good and vibrant, with locations like movie studios, sewers with a massive flashbang in it, and like Hollywood sort of areas. Based in LA. Well, LA is just hell, but for some with zombies. Bad things about it, however, is just it got an extremely generic and forgettable story. Like, if you think about generic zombie media, it probably includes all of it in, like not just the story, the enemies as well. You got like a slow ones, you got like the big chunky ones, you got the ones that explode when they die, you got the ones that like spit vomit at you. Like every zombie game has that. Most zombie media has things like that. But overall, another bad thing, however, is the game's map is well designed, but it's very linear compared to Dead Island 1 and Dead Island Reptile's open world. Like, it's got very strong open world. It's more like open zone, which is like in between open world and just linear. But it's could have just been fully open world. But overall, I'll give Dead Island 2 a star rating of 3.5. Dome Keeper. Dome Keeper is a single-player roguelike set in a dome that was released in 2022. Good things about Dome Keeper is that it's got pretty unique gameplay for a roguelike, which sees you mining for the materials to get upgrades until you find the relic, which then like starts the final wave, because while you're mining, waves of enemies can spawn. Another good thing is that I think if you do badly, it's not really down to like RNG of like not finding things, it's more like down to mismanagement on the players. Like if you buy the wrong thing early, you might do slightly worse, things like that. And the bad things about it though is just some items are just not good whatsoever and some are really good, so when you find something that sticks you probably won't change what you use or just avoid using the other one entirely. Like I use like a mine shaft elevator thing that goes down and follows you down, so you can use the battle station thing while in the mine rather than going back up, and I probably will always use that. It's really good. And then like some items are just horrible, like there's this little worm thing you can get at mines. I've not seen it work once, therefore it's bad because I said so. But overall I'll give Dome Keeper a star rating of 4.5. Plants vs Zombies Game of the Year Edition. Plants vs Zombies Game of the Year Edition is a tower defense game where, well, you plant plants to kill zombies, and it was released in 2010. This game is very old, but it is great. Good things about it is it's extremely replayable. There's so many plants and strategies you can use. Like there's probably about 40 odd plants in the game. I'll put the number on the screen here. Yeah, there's loads of things in it for an old tower defense. It's really well made and good. I haven't had any issues with it either. Another good thing is the mini games are pretty fun, except the invisible one where the zombies are invisible. That's just annoying in my opinion, but it's still like good. It's a good mini game. It's more like challenges and mini games, I'd say, some of them. But yeah, and the bad about it is literally nothing. This game is a masterpiece, and if you think otherwise, you are a zombie. So overall, I'll give Plants vs Zombies Game of the Year Edition a 5 out of 5. Can you believe it? We've actually got a 5 out of 5. What a great thing to happen. Yeah, I cannot think. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.